Please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to CP3 to the Spurs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Paul was waived by the Warriors yesterday, and within a few hours, he was signed to the Spurs for a one-year, $11 million deal. This is honestly a perfect fit for CP3 because he's proven to work best with a young roster that has no expectations. He's done it multiple times throughout his career since leaving the Clippers. When he joined the Rockets in the 2 years that he was there, he gave the dynastic Warriors a run for their money before he got injured. When the Rockets traded him to the Thunder, he helped them get to the 5th seed in the West and almost got them into the second round of the playoffs, losing Game 7 by 2 points. By 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. That Thunder team had no reason being that good that quickly other than CP3 being on that roster and knowing how to show the young guys win. The moment they moved off of him, the following season, they went back to being a rebuilding franchise and with a 22-50 record. Let's also not forget what he did for that Suns organization down in Phoenix. When he joined that team, they hadn't made the playoffs in over 10 years, and in his first season there, they made the NBA Finals. They hadn't made it to the NBA Finals since 1993. Yeah, I understand they didn't win it, but from 2010 to 2020, they only had a record above 500 once, and no one thought that the Suns were a real competing organization until CP3 was there. CP3 helped stabilize that franchise, and I understand Chris Paul with the Warriors didn't work out, or maybe it did. When we look at it from the perspective that the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs, yeah, of course it didn't work. But when Paul was on the floor with the young guys like Pods, Trace, and Kuminga, it worked to an extent. He helped the young guys gain confidence on the floor, but the issue with the Warriors was that this was always Steph and Draymond's team. And that diminishes what CP3 can do for you on the floor or for the team in general. I never understood why the Warriors acquired him if it wasn't to move him for an asset that could help Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Chris Paul, with the way the roster was built last season for the Warriors, it was never going to work. Now, with Chris Paul joining Wembanyama and Greg Popovich, guys, that pick and roll is going to be lethal. Wemby's game is only going to get better heading into his second year in the league, and having a point guard like Chris Paul, who has a track record of helping young teams learn how to win, the future for the Spurs looks bright, especially when you have a legendary Hall of Fame head coach like Greg Popovich to help guide the way, guys.
Do it, baby.